Hello and welcome to Tricks from the Jinx. Yeah, no, I'm not sure the title is final, but yeah, I feel like it sounds cool. You let me know. So we're gonna talk about cards and a newspaper from the Jinx number 13, and the author was Arthur Johnson? Yeah, Arthur Johnson for sure. So first off, I'm gonna let you enjoy a demonstration of the trick. Just so you know as well, just so you know, I've been reading the whole Jinx quite a few times, but I didn't perform all of the tricks, and most of the time when I was reading like, yeah, you have a deck of cards, I was like, oop, skip. I'm not a card trick magician, I'm not a card magician. Yeah, that's how you say that. I'm not a card magician, so yeah, I've been skipping a lot of card tricks in the Jinx. But yeah, now that I'm retyping everything, I have to read everything, like from the first word up to the very last word. So yeah, I found this one interesting, so I gave it a shot, and I did the trick twice. I did the trick once with a friend and the camera didn't work, so that's why I did it again, and that's also why you have this video 1 week late. And so that's also the reason that you're gonna see me struggle to find a script, because I'm mostly improvising. Like, I have some leads and directions, I know where I'm going, but sometimes I'm like, okay. So yeah, without further ado, let's go for the demonstration. Enjoy.
Okay.
Paolo.
Hello, Julian.
Hi. Again.
Again.
Thank you very much for helping me.
You're welcome, my friend.
Do you know that we can actually tell fortunes, like read the future with cards and say good things and stuff?
Yeah, I already saw something about this.
You saw, okay.
Yeah.
But like with tarot cards?
Yes.
But not with normal cards?
No.
So, before tarot, there was cartomancy. It's the original, like it's used to be with playing cards. I've been reading that book that is very small, so obviously I'm an expert.
Okay.
That's ironical. That's irony. But anyway, so yeah, no, I've been reading that book and it's very interesting, but I was really intrigued by kind of a ritual, like a ritual. Yeah. And so first of the ritual, to do the ritual, how do I get to that? Yeah, the ritual is really easy. First off, we give a cut, and then I would like you to cut the deck in two.
2 parts?
Yeah,
Okay.
cut the deck in two.
Like this.
It's great. This one in two again,
Okay.
and this one in two.
Oh.
Just move a little bit there, 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 and there. That's great. Now, the ritual goes like this. Take this pack of cards.
Okay.
You can take it. Take the top 3 cards, the
top
first 3
three
cards, and place them under.
Okay.
And then you're going to deal 1, 1, 1. Yeah,
Outside?
yeah. 1, 1, 1.
one.
Perfect. Come back.
Okay.
Take this one. 3 from the top
1,
to the bottom.
2, 3 on the bottom.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Make the same.
Exactly.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
That's what I like about rituals. It's the repetition.
Yes. Okay. Now I take this one.
1, 2, 3 to the bottom.
To the
It's
bottom.
1,
1,
2,
and
3, and you can put it back.
Okay.
That's great. So now we're gonna have a look at your fortune using this book and those cards.
Okay.
So those cards will generate a random page. Let's start. So you take the book.
Okay.
We turn the first one. That is going to be the first number of the page number. So you're going to page 23.
Page 23. Okay.
Yep.
It's here.
Then you're going to have a look at the line number 4. So like page 23, line
1,
number
2,
4.
3, count the.
Yeah, it's up to
the
you.
title?
Like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So the fourth line is.
So
Jack
the
of Hearts.
Jack of Hearts,
Yes.
okay. And you're going to read this. This is your fortune. It's for you.
Okay. Personal life. This new element may be represented by personal and eventful circumstances, but the total impact will be. Okay.
Good
It's
things?
It's a good things, yeah.
Good things.
Something will happen and to better, changing my life.
That's great. the only way this thing would happen is that so it's the fortune of the Jack of Hearts, and yeah, have a look.
Okay, fuck. It's good, but wow.
So yeah, so this is your fortune and it's gonna happen, now you know.
Oh, good. It's a good thing. Thank you, God.
Well, if you're happy, I'm happy. And you are back. So as you've seen already, I removed the newspaper, although I feel like it could be nice to do it impromptu when you are at a friend's house. You pick up a book, you have a look at the word, and then you ask him for a deck. I feel like it's very easy to set up a deck of cards the way you want it. Also, you might have spotted that I changed the method. So it's pretty much the same method, it's just that I like when things are the same all the time. I like the ritual side of it. So that's why I was like, yeah, 3 to the bottom, 1, 1, 1. It's a different beginner's trick, and we're gonna be back at the beginner's trick in a minute. But yeah, it's a beginner's trick as well, but yeah, there is kind of a ritual to it, and I think it's cool. If you don't have this kind of book, which I enjoy the joke. I'm so sad that Paolo didn't pick up on the joke when I said like, yeah, it's a very teeny tiny book on fortune telling, so yeah, obviously I'm an expert now. Maybe the joke was not that funny, but I enjoyed it. Anyway, but if you don't have this kind of book, I'm pretty sure it can work with any cartomancy book. I'm pretty sure maybe you have the Max Maven book that is somehow here. How cool is that? Yeah, this book, the Book of Fortune Telling. Maybe you can set up things like this. Maybe you can't. I don't know. I didn't have a look at this. I was just thinking that this one was really cool because it's small and it's like, and it also allowed me to do a joke that Paolo didn't laugh at. Anyway, but yeah, find a cartomancy book or whatever. Or I even had an idea. It was to use a poker book, like a book about tips on how to play poker and stuff. I don't know. It's not the first time that I'm playing around with a book test involving playing cards. I've been playing around with the premiere book test by Ant-Man, and yeah, there were a lot of book tests with cards, and I felt like I should find a book that makes sense to use with cards. So this time I went for cartomancy. So I guess there is nothing much to say about the methodology. Stick around, because I have a theory about beginner's trick that let's start a discussion. But method-wise, I feel like there is not much to say about this trick. Yeah, that's about it. Let's move on to the beginner's trick theory. While I was learning this trick and while I was preparing this trick, I had a thought. Like, I realized that most of the time Ant-Man is recommending tricks that we consider beginners. Like, how do I say that? So for example, the deal 2 cards here, 2 cards there, blah 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 trick. To us, we consider that a beginner's trick. But at the same time, it's a beginner's trick because that's maybe the first trick, or maybe within the 5 first tricks that we've been teaching when we started Magic, that we've been taught when we started Magic. Sorry, I'm not gonna edit that video. And I'm like, so we consider that a beginner's trick, but for the audience, there is no such a thing as a beginner trick. It's just a trick, like a method. There is not such a thing as a beginner's method. It's just a different method. Like, let's think about that in another way. I have another example. The ash trick, where you ask your spectator to place his hands like both like this, palm down, open but palm facing down. And then you take their hand and you're like, oh, higher, close your fist, blah, 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 and you just sneaked a little bit of ash in one of his palm. This is one of the first tricks I've learned. Like, it was my grandpa doing this trick for me, or maybe my uncle, I don't know. And I was not into magic at the time. It's just like, yeah, he did that trick to me, and a few years later, he taught it to me. And that was actually the very first magic trick I've learned. And then I started magic when I was 20 years old, but that's not the point. When he taught me that trick, I was like, I don't know, 12 years old, 13 years old. And yes, I started smoking, I was 14 or 15 years old. Don't judge, whatever. But yeah, no, this was a beginner's trick for me, and yet I still do it. When I'm around smokers, I still do the ash trick. And when I'm not around smokers, I'm using the Sharpie version that I forgot the name. But yeah, and it's the same trick, it's the same method. But still, like, I should have considered that a beginner's trick, and it's still a beginner's trick because it's a trick that you can find in beginner's book. But this is beginner as long as it's one of the first tricks we've learned. I'm having difficulties to express that, but yeah, like when you are pulling a coin behind the ear of someone, you think it's a beginner trick because to you it's like easy. But then most of the people who know this trick and who are not even magicians, they don't go with the subtleties and stuff. So they would be like this, like, ooh, what do you have behind your ear? That's a coin. For us, we would use the Ramsey subtlety or whatever, and then suddenly it's not a beginner's trick anymore. It's like we made it evolve. I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, to me, there is no such a thing as a beginner's trick. It's just our point of view as much as we know about magic. But most people out there, they don't know about magic. So to them, there is not such a thing as a beginner's trick. And every method is worth learning and worth remembering. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense because I didn't rehearse that. I just wanted to have a talk and start a discussion with you. So let me know what you think about my theory that there is no such a thing as a beginner's trick. And I'll see you around. Peace.